Russia resurrects Myasishchev M-55, opponent of U-2 Dragon Lady, equipped with Su-34 ELINT containers. During the Cold War era, the United States and Lockheed Skunk Works were very popular with strategic assets in the form of the legendary U-2 Dragon Lady reconnaissance aircraft. Capable of flying up to a height of 24,000 meters, makes the U-2 the king of aircraft capable of flying at stratospheric heights. Even though it could not match it, the Soviet Union had designed an aircraft with capabilities similar to the U-2, called the Myasishchev M-55, NATO code, Mystic V. In contrast to the U-2, the Myasishchev M-55's debut was not very successful. However, not long ago there was surprising news that the single-seat aircraft, which is in the high-altitude reconnaissance aircraft category, appears to have been reactivated by Russia. In the photo post circulating, the M-55 which was taxiing was carrying a UKRRTELINT, electronic intelligence, container, pod, which is usually used on the Sukhoi Su-34 fullback fighter jet. The ELINT UKRRT container contains radio surveillance equipment. And previously this device was seen installed under the wing of Su-34 during Operation Zapad 2021 2 years ago. A glance at the Myasishchev M-55. It is a high-altitude reconnaissance aircraft developed in the 60s and first flown in 1978. In particular, the Soviet Union designed an aircraft with the code M-17 Stratosphere, which was intended to intercept the U-2 reconnaissance aircraft or the U.S. high-altitude reconnaissance balloon. However, the first flight of the M-17 Stratosphere was only made in 1982, at which time the issue of high-altitude reconnaissance balloons was no longer relevant. Subsequently, the Soviet leadership turned the project into a high-altitude reconnaissance aircraft for missile guidance systems, specifically for the Soviet OTRK-Oka missile, effectively a precursor to the Iskander missile. The revised design was codenamed the M-55 Geofizika, with its maiden flight taking place in 1988. Some documents indicate that a total of around 5 such aircraft were produced, and that since 1996 the aircraft has been reconfigured to carry out civilian scientific research, including stratospheric investigations carried out between Russia and European countries. In 2017, Russian special sources claimed that the M-55 Geofizika was placed in conservation due to the lack of a scientific research contract. After that, all public records and mentions of this type of aircraft disappeared until today. The resumption of M-55 Geofizika flights could have two meanings, possibly part of a push to engineer onboard equipment for Russian tactical aviation, or secondarily as a move to resume the aircraft's initial reconnaissance role in missile attacks. Key specifications of the M-55 Geofizika include a fuselage length of 22.67 meters, a wingspan of 37.4 meters, and a maximum takeoff weight of just over 23 tons. Designed for a single pilot, the aircraft reaches a top speed of around 743 km per hour at an optimal altitude of 20,000 meters. The aircraft's maximum flight altitude is 21,500 meters and its practical flight range is 1,220 kilometers.